Trevor Bassett. Number 15, Trey Stubbs. 44, Porter Wood. 42, Porter Miller. That's the Rams. They are wearing white jerseys with purple and, well, not purple, gold and blue with blue letters.
And I like their uniforms. They got a little outline of a ram in the back. Looks pretty cool. As we'll now have tip-off. 8 minutes on the clock. And the first game of the quarterfinals here at Sevier Valley Center shortly will get underway. As I assume Martin Winters will be tipping off for the Braves. And it looks like number 42, Porter Miller, tipping off for the Rams. So first game of the state tournament between the North Summit Braves and the Parowan Rams. Tip is up and we are away. Parowan winning the tip, and this is Porter Wood driving to the basket and drawing a foul. Stockton Richens gets called for the block. As we quickly have our first foul of the game, and something North Summit really struggled with last week against Waterford in their play-in game was trying to avoid foul trouble, and they pick up a quick first foul, and 5 seconds in, and the free throw is good by Porter Wood. 18.2 points on the game as he misses the second one. So it is a 1-0 lead for the Parowan Rams. 10 seconds in, North Summit with their first possession. And this is Martin Winters. Now Brian Rodriguez at the high post. Stockton Richens. Guarded by number 12, Trevor Bassett, one of the leading stealers in this tournament, as he dumps to Brian. Brian putting on a move to the basket. Can't come up with a shot, and it's rebounded by number 15, Trey Stubbs. Here comes Parowan once again. As this is Topham. Now back to Bassett. And we'll have a foul. It looks like a blocking foul on Parker Brown. Porter Wood drawing another foul on the Braves. As it will be Parowan to inbound in front of the North Summit bench. As Bassett with the ball, directing traffic, and goes over to number 3, Max Topham. Now it's Porter Wood driving and scoring, and that was a nice move by Porter Wood. And I'm starting to see why he is the leading scorer for the Rams. Very aggressive on the offensive side. As North Summit with the ball. Here's Wyatt Wilson driving, getting fouled, and he's gonna go to the line and shoot 2.
Porter Wood so far already looking very dangerous, scoring first 3 points of the game for the Parowan Rams.
And now Wyatt Wilson looking to put the Braves on the board, and it is 3-1. Wyatt Wilson gets the first point for the Braves. And Wyatt coming into today averaging 3.8 points per game, 2.6 rebounds, and 1 assist. As he goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And it is a 1-point game with 6:47 left in the first quarter. And North Summit showing a little bit of pressure here, as they like to kind of trap in the half court, as Wood hoists a 3, no good, as he has hit 31 threes on the season, and it's rebounded by Parowan. So they'll keep the possession alive. As this is now Topham on the wing, as it'll now be Trevor Bassett, as he'll call a different play. Topham looking to Wood in the corner from Stubbs now, and a 3-pointer by Topham is good.
Very deep 3 for Topham right there.
And that one was behind the college line, so Max Topham for 3, and it's 6-2. Parowan up by 4 over the Braves as Stockton Richens drives and regroups now, gives to Brian. Back to Stockton, he comes off the screen, driving left side down the lane, puts up a crazy shot, and it went in, but they call offensive charge. And Stockton has now his second foul with 5:46, and we're gonna have a sub. Cannon Richens is gonna check in for Stockton. And we'll have to keep an eye on that, as Stockton is one of North Summit's best players. Having him on the floor could hurt the Braves here in the early going. But Cannon Richard's a very capable player to step into his shoes, as North Summit showing some pressure and comes away with the steal. Parker Brown all by himself gets the easy layup to go, and it is 6-4. And as Parowan once again with the ball, and this pressure is giving them a little bit of problems, as here's another turnover. Nope, Porter Wood comes away with it and gets 2 easy points, as it looked like North Summit had a turnover, and Wood took it away. 8-4. Parowan is up by 4, as it'll be Parker Brown in the paint. Gets stuck and gives it to Wyatt. Free throw line jumper is good. So Wyatt Wilson with 4 of the 6 points here for the Braves. And North Summit still being aggressive in this press, as Parowan breaks it this time. And this is where North Summit will look to trap, as it looks like they'll now go into their 3-2 defense. Not a defense that we've seen North Summit run a lot this season, as it'll be Topham. Now Bassett, Bassett driving, gets blocked, and now rebound by number 42, Porter Miller, and he's fouled. So North Summit with 4 fouls with 4:29 left in the first.
Already getting into foul trouble early, which is not a good thing for the Braves, especially with Parowan's free throw average, which is pretty high.
They've gotten to the free throw line a few times tonight, and they made a majority of them. As Porter Miller makes the first one, and he'll have one more. Wade Wilson, who has checked in, and this one's short, but another offensive rebound. So Parowan doing a good job of tracking down their own missed shots and giving themselves second chances, as Bassett drives and misses, and North Summit comes away with the rebound. Score 9-6, 4:15 left in the first quarter, as this is Wade Wilson, and he's a 3-point threat, but he drives here, and his layup no good. And then another foul. Looks like they get this one on Martin Winters for a push in the back.
There's the 5th still in the first quarter, with not even halfway through the first quarter. They're already at 5 fouls.
And I think North Summit just being aggressive here. Maybe need to pull back the reins a little bit on how aggressive they are being, because picking up far too many fouls. As Parowan breaks the press, and this is Wood. 3-pointer is good. So Parowan starting to kind of figure out this pressure that North Summit is showing, and they broke it the last few times down the floor. So I have to see if North Summit tries to do something different or if they go away from it, as it is now 12-6. North Summit with the ball. And here's Wyatt Wilson, now Martin Winters, and we're gonna have a timeout taken by the Braves, as Coach Priest in his second year finds him and his team down by 6 to the Parowan Rams with 3:31 left in the first quarter. And what are you seeing so far in this game that you're liking from both sides?
I'm liking the press that North Summit has been putting on. It's been working quite a bit, putting Parowan under pressure, making them try to break it, and hasn't worked all the time. But also for the Parowan Rams, they've had a very good shot percentage from Wood and the other team, so their offense is looking pretty good for them right now.
They're getting good shots, and they are making them. That is for sure. And Porter Wood obviously leading the way, as he has most of the season for the Rams. So it's North Summit ball coming in out of the timeout, and a quick timeout. So we'll see what the Braves make out of it, as Parker Brown has the ball, gives back to Martin Winters, back to Parker Brown. Parker Brown driving right side, stops and pops and hits it. And a good shot from the junior there. Parker Brown, one of the leading scorers on this team at 7.1 points per game. And they're going to need him to step up with Stockton Richards on the bench with foul trouble, as Rams breaking the press again. A wide open 3 is missed. Rebound, put back no good, and then another rebound is put in. So Porter Miller gets 2, as he is fighting hard on the boards, and he is Parowan's leading rebounder. He's being very aggressive down low as Cannon Richens drives, misses. It was a good look, couldn't come up with it. So North Summit needing to get some defensive rebounds here against Parowan as a three-pointer is blocked by Wyatt Wilson-Hume, and it'll be North Summit ball. As Cannon Richens brings it up the floor for North Summit. Cannon driving left side, forces a layup up, and a late whistle from the backside ref, as we'll get a foul on Parowan. Number 42, Porter Miller, picking up his first, and Parowan now only with 2 compared to North Summit's 5. Still 2:19 left in the first. As you can see here, a good move by Cannon to get to the basket, drew the foul, and he misses the first free throw.
Drew Stubbs coming in for number 3, Max Trophim, my bad. As Cannon shoots and makes his next one.
So 1 for 2 trip for Cannon. As we will have another timeout on the floor taken by the Rams, a 30-second timeout with 2:19 left in the first quarter. Score 14 for Parowan, 9 for the Braves. As we'll take a quick break and we'll be back. Back here at Sevier Valley Center, North Summit Braves and the Parowan Rams playing right now. Parowan leading at 14-9, and they have the ball.
Parowan is being very aggressive off the boards. They're getting down there, and they're leading with the rebounds right now. They've got quite a few. If they miss their shot, they usually get a rebound, which is a very big thing to do in order to lead a basketball game.
And North Summit comes away with the turnover. Wade Wilson-Hume ended up with it. So North Summit back with the ball after the Parowan turnover. As Wade dribbles in the corner, finds Martin Winters underneath the basket. His shot up, no good, and rebounded by Miller. As Parowan pushing here up to Wood. North Summit's defense a little slow to get back, and it is 16-9. As Cannon Richens still playing the point for the Braves. Stockton Richens has been on the bench most of the game with foul trouble as Wade wide open underneath, can't come up with the shot. What a good look by the Braves. As it's rebounded by Wood, and now it'll be Parowan with the ball. Miller at the free throw line is fouled.
And that shot by Wade is what the Braves need in order to get better get points for them. We can't be missing those shots underneath, and that can hurt us throughout this basketball game.
It was a very good look underneath, and normally that shot is going to fall. As North Summit makes some substitutions here, they check in 2 freshmen, Quentin Jones, who just blocked a driving Crew Stubbs, but got called for the foul, and Wade Morrill. So 2 freshmen for the Braves into the game. And we did see Wade Morrow get in the game last week against Waterford, and I feel like he did very well, as they actually gave that foul to Wade Wilson-Hume. So they did not give it to Quentin. So free throw no good, and North Summit with the ball, down by 7. Now under a minute to play in the first quarter, as Wade Wilson-Hume has it near the free throw line. Now Martin Winters, high post, has it stripped away, but gets it to Wade Morrow. Wade Morrow, free throw line jumper, no good. And another good look for the Braves, doesn't go down. Now Bassett coming away with it. Cannon Richens comes up with the steal. And Cannon, one of the leading stealers for the Braves, as Wade pulls up deep from 3, no good, and rebound tracked down by Quentin Jones. He throws it back into Cannon Richens. And good effort from the freshman there to keep this possession alive for North Summit. They need a score as Martin free throw line jumper short and rebounded by number 15, Trey Stubbs. Parowan with the ball, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, and we'll have to see if Parowan opts for the last shot here, as Wood will take it early, and he makes it. And that is how the first quarter is going to come to an end. Parowan leading the Braves by 10. It is a 19-9. One big problem the Braves are having, though, in this game is they have 7 fouls. They need to cut back on these fouls and stop sending Parowan to the line as much as they are. I think that's one of the biggest reasons that Parowan is doing so well, is because they've got the free throw line and they've got their free throws to go down most of the time.
Yeah, the next foul in this second quarter will send them to the line for bonus. So going into the second quarter, you don't want to be having that trouble, being worried about that. And one of their players already has 2 fouls, so.
Yes, Stockton Richens sat a lot of that first quarter with the foul trouble. Cannon Richens had to come in earlier than he normally does. And North Summit needs to keep their other key players out of foul trouble. Wade has a foul, and so does Martin. So we'll have to see how the foul trouble works. Parowan on the other end, doing very good job getting to the free throw line and doing very good job behind the arc at making threes, shooting very efficiently and staying off of the board with fouls. Only 2 in that first quarter compared to North Summit 7. So Parowan playing a very strong game here, and you can see why they're leading by 10 as Stockton Richens has come back into the game. And so Cannon Richens will not start here for the second quarter. Quentin Jones gets it inside the paint, can't come up with this one. Martin Winters tracks down the rebound, his putback no good. And North Summit still getting good looks, just not going down. As Bassett, the other end for Parowan, gives it to Crew Stubbs, as this is Miller for 3. Short rebound goes to him as he drives inside, leaves it for Stubbs, and he gets blocked. Oh man, a late whistle, I didn't even hear it.
They're gonna, that sends the Braves to 8 fouls right there, and I didn't.
As we get a good look at the replay here, got a little bit of the body, got most of the ball, but a little bit of body, that's probably where that foul came at. As that's Martin's second. As number 15, Trey Stubbs, is at the line, and he makes his first. Now one more from Stubbs. And so far, Parowan just being the more aggressive team on the offensive side of the ball, really. North Summit is getting good looks, but they're not really putting themselves in situations to draw fouls on Parowan. As it's going to be Martin Winters looking over to Wade Morrill, and a foul before the steal. Looks like Crew Stubbs is going to get called for this one, as he came over Wade Morrill just a bit.
Yeah, the Braves need to be looking for ways to score, as they're down by 12 right now. So this inbounds pass goes out of bounds off of Parowan. It's going to stay with North Summit. And finding a good option on an inbounds pass is always an easy way to score if you can get an open shot. As Quentin Jones kicks out to Stockton, and Stockton drives and gets a blocking foul. As that was the second time he drove, and call could have gone either way, as they give this one to number 15, Trey Stubbs. That is his first. As this will be Stockton Richens at the line, looking to cut into this lead, and North Summit is leaving their shot short, it looks like, as that free throw off the mark. 7:03 left in the second quarter. North Summit down by 12. As the free throw no good, rebound by Quentin Jones. His shot no good. North Summit just cannot get anything to go, as the rebound goes off of Bassett. Max Topham comes in, yeah, no R. Topham comes into the game for number 12, Trevor Bassett.
As North Summit will have the ball, they inbound it to Martin Winters, and he gets stripped. As Miller comes away with the steal. North Summit really struggling on the offensive end on these last few possessions. Parowan overwhelming them as Wood, another three. No good on that one, as we've seen him knock down a couple. And now Stockton Richens racing down the floor, gives to Wade. Wade fakes a three, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Stockton. Stockton looks to Martin, back to Stockton. North Summit maybe needs to slow down a little here, going at a very fast pace as Morrill drives in and will draw the foul on Porter Miller.
Braves having a pretty good run of no fouls there. They've at least got the Rams up to around where they are-ish. They're at 5, Braves are at 8.
Being much more aggressive here in the second quarter as another free throw is short. Parker Brown checks in for Wade Wilson-Hume. And number 12, Trevor Bassett back into the game for Crew Stubbs. As no good on the free throws. So North Summit has gotten the free throw line here a little, has not been able to hit them. But they need to continue to be aggressive on the offensive side, as that's how they'll get back in this game. Topham, a deep three. We've seen him hit a deep one and rebounded by Jones. And Jones is so big. He's got such a big wingspan. Only being a freshman, he barely has to jump to even pull down rebounds, it seems like. As Stockton Richens has it for North Summit. Wade Morrill at the top of the arc. Pass over to Martin. Shaky pass, but it got there. Now it's Parker Brown, three-pointer on the way. Yes, North Summit needed that in a big way, as it is now 21-12 with 5:35 left in the second quarter. Parowan in the lead by 9. As this will be Bassett in the corner. Skip pass to Wood. Wood puts it on the floor and is fouled. As this one might be on Stockton Richens, and it is, so that's his third. North Summit at 9, and it looks like Cannon Richens will check back in for Stockton. Wyatt Wilson checks in for Wade Morrill. And North Summit.
Foul trouble again for Stockton. Stockton really needed to go throughout the second quarter without a foul, but couldn't get through that, so he'll be out right now as Cannon Richens checks in for him.
And with 5:15 left in the second quarter, I think it's very doubtful that we'll see him the rest of this half, as North Summit has the ball with Martin Winters, and he gets 2 more. So the missed free throw by Parowan and a made layup by North Summit. They're on a 5-0 run, as Parowan is going to take a 30-second timeout. So a very quick timeout. North Summit has cut the lead to 7. Parowan leads it 21-14. Parowan has gotten into a little more foul trouble here. They had 2 fouls the entire first quarter. Now they have 3 in the first 3 minutes here.
Fouls is not really the situation that Braves wanted to be in coming into this game, especially with, as a big talking point we've had, as Stockton Richens. He's a key player for them. He gets a lot of points on the board for them. And he's been sitting most of the game because of fouls, so.
And we have seen him have that problem a few times this year. In some big games, he gets into foul trouble. And when the Braves really need him, he's not there. So we'll have to see if he can stay out of foul trouble in the second half, as that is still 5 minutes away. So we'll have to see what Cannon Richens can do in his place, as he's going to get some big minutes here in this game. As Bassett has the ball for Parowan. He goes over to Topham. Topham driving, looking down low for Wood, Stubbs. He dribbles out of danger, and now Parowan's gonna reset. Bassett looks over to Coach Stubbs and gets the call as he goes over to Topham. Topham driving down the lane. What a good move. Oh man, couldn't get it to go though, as that one was halfway down the bucket and came back up. But a very nice drive by Max Topham. As North Summit with the ball, Parker Brown comes away with that pass. I think it was intended for Wyatt, but North Summit still with the ball. Cannon Richens comes off the screen, looks for Martin Winters, and he couldn't control that one. So to go back to Parowan, exactly 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Parowan with the ball, and this will be Bassett to bring it up. He's been playing point guard for most of this game as Topham now to Wood. Wood, a big kid, but it seems like he can play almost every position on the floor. He can handle the ball really well and shoot it good from the outside, as he might be a type of player that has a future on the next level. As another missed shot and offensive rebound for Parowan. Our Summit still needs to clean that up. As good ball movement from Parowan. They're looking for an open shot. Miller down low, gets it. And Parowan's moving the ball so well. They're getting a lot of open threes, open looks from three, but they're opting to go inside more here than shoot the outside shot. And a good decision, as Wyatt Wilson can't get the shot to go on the inside. Rebound is put back in by Quentin Jones. So the freshman gets on the board here, 23-6, under 3 to play now in the second quarter, as Trevor Bassett now Topham. Topham looking inside, goes back out to Bassett. Miller, Stubbs, Wood driving, layup, good. Lots of contact, no call, but 2 points, 2 more points for Porter Wood, and he is having a good half here, as this will be Cannon Richins.
We hadn't heard Porter Wood's name in a few minutes, but then he comes up big.
As it looks like a foul away from the play. They get Parker Brown for an offensive foul. I think he was coming off a screen or something. I didn't see it.
All I heard was the guy go down and saw him on the floor.
So it looks like Wade Wilson-Hume checks in for Martin Winters. Parker has his 3rd foul. I didn't even know he had 3. As Crew Stubbs also checks in for Parowan. So 2 subs on the floor, and Parowan with the ball. As this is Bassett, Topham. North Summit has moved out of their 3-2, and they're now in a 2-3 as Wood drives, leaves it for Stubbs. Stubbs stuck underneath, still comes up with a good shot, and rebound falls to Wood. North Summit still struggling to pull down a rebound as Topham makes him pay with a 3. 28-16 now. Parowan in control of this game throughout, as North Summit has struggled on the defensive side to pull down defensive rebounds, as Parker Brown gets to the rim, and that's just the kind of shot that isn't going down for North Summit.
All day, the Braves have been getting it down there under, having pretty good shots, but just they won't go down and get points on the board for the Braves.
And Parowan gets those looks, and their shots do go down as Stubbs gets inside, gets fouled. And that's another foul on North Summit, as there's over 10 fouls on them now. Parowan doing very good to stay out of foul trouble. They have 5, and we saw him pick up 3 as the first free throw is made by Stubbs. We saw him pick up 3 in 3 minutes, quick 3 fouls in 3 minutes of this quarter. Since then, they've stayed out of foul trouble. They played very smart on the defensive side of the ball.
Alec Hunsaker comes in for the Braves, takes out Parker as the ball goes out off of the Braves.
So it'll be 29-16 after the missed free throw, and Parowan ball. As Bassett is inbounding, gets it into Miller. 3-pointer on the way, off the mark, and another rebound by Parowan. And now it's taken away. Wade Wilson comes up with the ball. And number 13, Grayson Robb has checked in for Parowan. First time he has entered the game as Cannon gets off a shot. In and out, and another rebound for Miller.
Just under a minute left in the first half, as Parowan is taking control of the game. Braves really need to try to get under double digits and just try to make sure that they can come back and get this win. It would help the Braves a lot.
So they're down, North Summit down by 13. Parowan very content to hold the ball here Under 30 seconds to play now. They can hold it, and there's no shot clock. So they can hold it for this last 20 seconds if they want to. As they will now get a call from Coach Lance Stubbs as a foul on the Braves once again. Cannon Richens picking up the foul. 9.8 left in the second quarter, and Cannon coming in for Stockton. With Stockton's foul trouble, he has stayed out of foul trouble, as that's only his first. As we get a look on the replay here, Cannon, little contact on the body and tough call. As Bassett gets the first free throw to go. And the scoreboard going in the wrong direction for the Braves, as both free throws are made.
15-point lead.
As Alec Hunsaker with the ball is going to have to go quick here with 5 seconds. Hunsaker goes over to Cannon, and it's taken away by Topham, and North Summit cannot get any points before the quarter comes to an end. So we head to halftime. The score right now, 31 for Parowan and 16 for North Summit. So now I turn to you. What do you think North Summit's going to have to do here to get back into this game? What is Parowan going to have to do to keep continuing to lead?
North Summit's got to play like they did at the start of the second quarter. They were really aggressive. They got a few fouls off Parowan, which they got the lead down to, I think it was 5 or 7. And then they kind of relaxed a little bit and lost that little run that they had of points. And Parowan just needs to keep playing how they're playing, try to keep the Braves where they are, try to keep them tired, get them in foul trouble. So,
and I like the point you bring up about North Summit starting off the second quarter very well, and then it seems like they just kind of tapered off there for whatever reason, whether Parowan just got more aggressive than North Summit. But North Summit looked really good there at the start of the second quarter. Since then, Parowan has really been in control, and you bring up the whole foul situation again, and we've talked about that a lot. But a really big difference in the fouls. North Summit has sent Parowan to the line far too many times. They've gotten their own players in foul trouble. I think they had 12 or 13 fouls in that first half. Parowan only with 5. So a big difference on the fouls. North Summit needs to clean up their fouls. Parowan, if they can continue to stay out of that foul trouble, I think they're setting themselves up very well here in the second quarter. So we'll have to see what both teams come back with. So what if you're Coach Lance Stubbs for Parowan, what's your message in the Parowan locker room?
Just tell them to stay aggressive, getting it under there, how they're getting those shots down low. Just keep playing it. Don't force the ball. Try to just put it where it's open and get open shots.
And on the other side, in the North Summit's locker room, if you're Aaron Priest, what are you telling the Braves?
They need to get aggressive. They can't be playing how they were at the end of that second quarter. So that's all I can really think that he can be saying.
So on one end, Parowan needs to stay aggressive, and on the other end, North Summit needs to get more aggressive.
Yes.
I think that's an excellent point, as there's 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in this halftime period. We're going to take a short break. Parowan leading North Summit at halftime by a score of 31-16. All right, back here at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield, Utah, quarterfinals of the state playoffs going on right now. First game of the day, North Summit and Parowan, as Parowan Rams lead the Braves 31-16. And as we talked about some stuff over this break, something that the Braves really need to try and improve on here in the second half is the rebounding situation. They're getting way out rebounded on both sides of the ball. I mean, when Parowan is missing shots, it seems like they are getting their own rebounds and then getting better looks because they get open rebounds and they're right under the basket. They can just get an easy layup. So I think that's something North Summit definitely needs to clean up. And then another thing,
the points. Braves are supposed to be 6th in 2A, and Parowan is 14th, and it's 16-31, and Braves are down. But also a big factor in that is the defense by Parowan. Parowan has a very good defense, 1st in 2A. So we'll have to see how the second half plays out.
Yeah, we talk about how little points North Summit has scored, and we say, well, they're 6th in 2A. You think that they would put up more points than 16, but it's really hard to put up more points than they are when you are playing against the best defense in 2A. So on obviously Parowan being much more aggressive on their side on the defensive side of the ball. But I think North Summit, we saw them at the start of the second quarter. They were being aggressive. They were driving and they were drawing fouls, and they started to get some fouls on Parowan. Like we talked about, they had 3 in the first few minutes of that quarter, and then the last two-thirds,
it just faded away.
Yeah, it just, like, North Summit just kind of stopped being aggressive. Stockton Richens picked up his 3rd. He went to the bench. Parker Brown picked up his 3rd. He went to the bench, and then the aggressiveness kind of seemed to go the opposite direction. Parowan gained a lot of momentum, and they started being much more aggressive. And it seems like after Stockton went to the bench, the whole team kind of changed, and the momentum shifted. So we know Stockton's a big player for the Braves, and they definitely need him on the floor, because when he was on the floor at the start of the second quarter, the team was flowing better. They were getting better looks. He is one of the best assist men in 2A, finds his teammates a lot. So I think Stockton needs to really stay out of foul trouble here, and North Summit will be much better. On the other end, Parowan just needs to keep doing what they're doing, honestly. Keep getting Porter with the ball. He is being a beast on the offensive side, and keep relying on Porter Miller to be getting you those rebounds, because it seems like every time there's an offensive rebound, it's Porter Miller bringing it down, and he's doing a very good job. So 8 minutes on the clock, and we're going to get the third quarter started here at the Sevier Valley Center. My name is Ty Crystal. I am joined today by Carson McKnight, as we're very excited to be calling this game here between the Braves and the Rams, as we're going to come back in for the start of the second half. And it is going to be Parowan ball, switching sides. Parowan will have the ball right side of the court. North Summit will be going right to left. As Parowan with the ball, Bassett. Now Topham. Topham looking inside, back out to Bassett. Topham thought about the 3. Now Stubbs in the corner, back to Topham for 3, no good. And we saw Parowan be effective from downtown. They hit multiple 3s there in the first half, but their first attempt is missed. And North Summit with the ball now. Parker Brown struggling to keep a hold of it as it goes out of bounds. as it'll be Parowan ball, 45 seconds into the third quarter. Score has not changed yet, 31-16. As it's going to be Topham for Parowan. Now Bassett inside to Miller. Miller bumping inside, double clutches and hits. A big move. So it's 33-16. And Porter Miller gets the scoring started here for the Rams. North Summit still looking for their first points as Brian Rodriguez gets a shot off, no good. Rebounded by Wood. Now Bassett pushing one-on-one against Stockton Richens. Now he goes over, he gets back actually, and now down low to Wood. And more of the same, Parowan feeding Porter Wood, and he is giving them what they need. 35-16, this game running away from North Summit here at the start of the second half. As Martin Winters, baseline jumper, in and out. And that's just what's been happening to North Summit. Just have not had good luck on the offensive side of the ball. As Porter Wood, now Bassett, back to Wood. Topham on the baseline. Takes a few dribbles, now goes back up to Wood. He drives right down the middle. Oh man, what a move, but can't get it to go, as that would have been a crazy shot if he would have made it. North Summit comes away with the rebound. So 2.5 minutes in to this quarter. What are you seeing?
The way you were talking about the in and out for the Braves, that's been pretty much the storyline of this game. They go under, and that's what they've been needing from how Martin Winters just scored that. They've been needing it to go down, and it just hasn't happened.
So it's now 35-18, and we'll have to see if North Summit can get going with some more shots here in the third quarter, as there's 5 minutes left in the third. And so far, Parowan has seemed to slow down the pace when they have the ball. They seem, and Parker Brown coming up with a steal here as he gets 2 points for the Braves, now 35-20. And as I was saying, Parowan seems to be slowing down the pace. They seem to be kind of content to try and run some clock and look for the best shot possible. And being up by 15 now, not a bad strategy, but you don't want to get too conservative with the ball and have turnovers. And here's now 2 in a row by the Braves.
For the Braves, that's a good thing. We need to be keeping them off the board, and every time that we get that steal, we need to be going down, and the Braves need to be going down and scoring.
Like Brian Rodriguez gets 2 more. So 6 straight now. North Summit kind of starting this third quarter similar to what they started the second quarter with, a little later in the third, but they're going on a run. So it'll be a timeout by Parowan, as it is a full timeout. So some similarities from the second and third quarter here. Parowan starting off slower with this lead that they have, and North Summit making shots and trying to get back in the game. Do you think that's going to continue, or do you think we're going to see what we saw in the second quarter where North Summit got shut down and Parowan really started to take control?
I think that they could keep this going. They just need to keep fresh. The players need to just keep fresh for the Braves. And one thing for the Parowan Rams is they can't be slowing down the play as much as they have, because when they have been causing turnovers, and that's been the part of the 6-0 run that they've been having, is just those 6 points have put them up to where they are a 13-point lead from a 19-point lead. So
we'll have to see if Coach Stubbs says pick up the pace, be a little more aggressive. As you said, at halftime, your message would be stay aggressive, and it seems like they're kind of slowing down the tempo and not being as aggressive as they were in the second quarter, as Wood gets off a shot, no good, and rebounded by Martin Winters. So North Summit back with the ball, and they can cut the lead to 10 here with a 3-pointer as Parker Brown gets inside, and 2 more points for the Braves. Now an 8-0 run, and North Summit being very efficient, getting good looks as Miller gets it down low. It was a good pass. Went off his feet, though, as he had open lane. And that'll be North Summit ball. And a chance to cut it single digits here, as North Summit is on an 8-0 run these last few minutes. Parowan going to show a little bit of half-court pressure, it looks like, as Stockton gives it to Parker. Parker drives, kicks it out to Stockton. Now Stockton over to Wade. Thought about the three, drives in instead. Now Parker Brown, a better shot on the way, no good, and Martin Winters pulls down the rebound. Martin bumping inside, forces up a shot. He's fouled, almost went in, but he's going to go to the line and shoot two.
And one thing to point out is the Braves have 0 fouls so far, which is very different from the first half. And
that's very true. I guess I haven't been really watching the foul situation as much, but a good point you bring up. Parowan just picked up their first. So both teams playing a little more clean here. And we talked about it at halftime. A big way for North Summit to get back into this game is going to be to stay clean on the defensive side of the ball. You got to keep the foul number down. And especially for Parker Brown and Stockton Richards having 3, they have to stay out of foul trouble, as it is now a 9-point lead. North Summit having a very good run here, as it'll be Trey Stubbs. North Summit has gone back to that pressure, and it killed them in the first half, as Wood can't get it to go. And things changing here. North Summit taking away the momentum of Parowan, as a driving Stockton Richards draws a foul. We'll have to see if they give him the act of shooting or not, as it looks like they will call it down. So it'll just be an inbound pass for Parker Brown. And they get that foul on number 12, Trevor Bassett. That's his first. Parker Brown hoists a 3. What a big shot. No good, though. And rebound pulled down by nobody. Now 2 Parowan players fighting over the ball. A jump ball is going to be called. I believe the possession arrow pointing to North Summit. As Wade had it for a second, Bassett came in, Wood came in. Parker Brown tied it up.
That's the first jump ball of the game. There's not been a jump ball as of yet for this game.
I can't believe you're keeping track of that. Nice. As we'll have another jump ball after the ball is on the ground. Some words being exchanged by both teams here. It will be Parowan ball, though. As North Summit looks like they're going to go into some pressure here. And we saw on the last Parowan possession, they broke the press really well, had an open shot underneath, couldn't come up with it. But they have figured out this press, I think, as they've been doing a very good job of breaking it. And here they break it again. Wood underneath, double team kicks it back out, and this is going to be a turnover. North Summit is going to have the ball right in front of their home bench. So North Summit starting to get back into this game, getting lots of momentum here in the third quarter, as Parowan has lost the momentum and North Summit has taken away, as Wade drives, stayed on the rim forever and did not go down. Porter Wood comes away with the rebound, and now Parowan with the ball. 2:10 left in the third quarter. Wood driving, gets bumped, no foul. Miller comes away with the rebound, and he gets fouled. As Martin Winters picks up another foul, and that is his third. As good defense there by Martin. And then you see here, got too much of that arm. He got the forearm. And that sends Miller to the line. And he has been a very good free throw shooter. He has a nice stroke. And we see him take some shots from the outside. I don't think he's hit a three-pointer yet, but he has a good stroke for playing a lot of underneath the basket, as he goes 2 for 2. And back to a double-digit lead now, 37-26. And now North Summit's 3 leading scorers, all 3 of them with 3 fouls.
Yeah, which is not a very good thing for the Braves.
As Wade gets a free throw line jumper, in and out. And we saw North Summit start hitting a bunch of shots. And now the last 2, have been doing what they have been doing all game. Halfway down, and they come back out as Wyatt Wilson gets called for his second foul. North Summit in the pressure one more time. They break it very well. Now it's 1-on-3. Stockton Richards can do nothing, but watch Porter Wood lay it in. And I don't know, North Summit maybe needs to go away from the press. It seems like when they started this third quarter, they weren't pressing, and they were still playing very good defense. As Parker Brown, two-pointer is good. So now 39-27. Their defense was doing well without the press, as it looks like they're going to back out of it. And I think a good decision here.
Yeah, they've at the start of the third quarter, as you mentioned, they weren't doing it, and as they put it back into play, that's when the Rams started to get their points back and got it back up to a double-digit lead.
So it is 39-28, under a minute to play in the third quarter, as North Summit in their 3-2 defense, and a foul. As I believe, well, either way, whether it's on Stockton Richards or Parker Brown, that's 4. So Stockton Richards has 4, and he's probably going to sit quite a bit of
the start.
He'll sit the start of the fourth for sure. I'd imagine you see him come back in maybe 5-6 minutes left in the game. So Cannon Richards and Wade Morrill check in. As Miller with the ball. Now Bassett. Parowan kind of going back into this slow pace. As this is Crew Stubbs. Now Miller. Excuse me, Wood. Now Miller at the free throw line, driving, trying to leave it for Wood, but it goes out of bounds off of North Summit. 19.6 left in the third. Bassett to inbound. Bassett out to Crew Stubbs. Wood, and you got to stay on him at the top of the arc. We've seen him hit some three-pointers. As Bassett calling out the play. 7 seconds. Parowan has got to go. Wood driving baseline. Back up to Miller. Three-pointer on the way. And rebound by Martin Winters. Third quarter coming to an end now. North Summit has gotten back into the game a little bit. They got it down a single-digit lead. Now it's at 11. Parowan struggled there about 6 to 3 minutes in the third quarter. Really struggled. North Summit gave them a lot of problems. North Summit went on a 10-0 run, got back into the game. Parowan has done a good job to, they stopped that run, and they've kind of regained the lead and regained their composure. So what are you saying here in this break?
For the Braves, they kind of started fading out with the aggression that they came in with, but not as bad as they did in the second quarter. So maybe just stay how they were at like halfway through. They were really good halfway through the third quarter, but
and it seemed they were being physical on the offensive side, which was creating easy shots. And Parowan, I think got a little too complacent at the start of the third. They came out and they seemed like they had too much confidence coming out of the locker room, and now I think they've realized, okay, North Summit's not going away. Just because we have this big lead doesn't mean we can get complacent. So, and here's a steal by Stubbs. Parowan played much better here these last few minutes as Stubbs drives and gets fouled. As North Summit will now have 4 team fouls.
Yes, and as Stockton's person that comes in and replaces him, he's been keeping out of foul trouble, which is a good thing, as that is only his second, as Stockton has 4. But the Braves are staying really a lot better at at fouls compared to what they were the first half.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, they had 12 or 13 in that first half, only with 4 at the start of the fourth quarter. So much better numbers on that end. As free throws are no good, Quentin Jones and Wade Morrill have checked in for North Summit. as Parowan has been keeping really the same 5 most of this half, as Ken Richens gets 2 points. Back to single digits, 39-30. And this game getting closer as Wood gets inside. An offensive foul is going to be called. Nice defense there by Martin Winters as he stood his ground and took the charge. As you'll get one more look at it here, Martin Winters doing a good job just in front of the restricted area. So a good call there for North Summit as they look to cut in the lead more. And that won't help as a turnover. Trevor Bassett takes it away. Parowan now with the ball as this is Trey Stubbs. Back to Bassett. Miller bobbles the ball at the free throw line but gets it. Now drives. Oh, what a good move. Went one way, went underneath the defender, and got a nice looking shot to go down as it is 41-30. And looks like we're gonna have official timeout for some blood. Porter Miller, who has been doing a fantastic job for Parowan all day, is gonna go to the bench, has some blood on his knee, and Max Topham checks back in.
This might be a time for the Braves to really go at it with, I think he's their leading rebounder. He's been getting a lot of rebounds.
He has to be. I mean, he's pulled down so many rebounds. He's been doing very well on both sides of rebounding. As North Summit gets inside with Martin Winters, and Miller is a good rebounder, but he's also good on the defensive side as he's been matched up a lot with Martin Winters underneath, and his big body inside with Martin has been really deterring Martin's shots. So Martin gets 2 easy points there, but Miller is set to check back in here at the table on the next dead ball. As Wood responds with a 3, what a shot. Porter Wood puts Parowan up by 12, 42-32. 6:05 left in the game. And I think this is the time when you need to see Stockton Richards checking back into the game, because North Summit needs that leader on the floor as here he comes. And the ball on the ground, Bassett lost control of it, and it's gonna go out of bounds to North Summit.
And there's Stockton. As you were saying, he keeps the momentum, I think, for this team. As we've noticed when he's in, the Braves go on runs and they get the points that they need. So if he can stay in the game all for the rest of it and stay and have no more fouls, that will be an excellent thing for the Braves.
Well, and he's just a leader on the floor. He's smart with the ball. He doesn't turn it over very often, and he's good at creating his own shot and creating shots for his teammates. So when he's on the floor, it just changes, as here he is inside, double clutch, and it goes down. So I think a good move by Coach Priest, putting Stockton in with about 6 minutes left. He has 4 fouls, so one more and he's done. But a very good move. And as we mentioned, Porter Miller checked back in for Parowan with Stockton Richens, as he has the ball right now. And looks like a whistle away from the ball, as Martin Winters has picked up his foul. I did not see what happened there. Call a hold on it, on Martin. So now Martin has 4. North Summit's leading scorers
Are all
have 4 fouls, and Parker Brown has 3. So, but still, North Summit's still doing a good job to stay out of foul trouble so far in the second half. They only have 5. 2 more till Parowan is in the bonus, and Miller gets inside and gets blocked, they say.
Trying to pull the foul against Martin. He went under trying to hide it, and luckily the refs didn't call anything, which I don't think they should. It didn't look like there was a foul there.
As Parowan inbounding, a steal by Stockton Richens forced it. Wyatt Wilson came away with it. And Brian Rodriguez, has checked in for Martin Winters. A good move. Give Martin a little breather and bring him back in here in a minute or so. I'd say maybe in between 3 or 4 minutes, bring him back into the game. As Stockton drives, gets fouled, and Stockton Richens looks like he is wanting to take over the game on the offensive side of the ball for the Braves.
That's Miller's 2nd foul. Like, he's been staying out of foul trouble, but still being a big player in this game.
He's been so aggressive on both sides. very impressive to see him battle so hard underneath. Martin Winters has a little bit of a size advantage over him. Martin is a little taller, but Miller is so physical, it doesn't matter. He's using his body, he's getting good box outs, and he's being very aggressive as Wood comes away with the rebound. Miller and Wood both fighting for the rebound.
Very aggressive rebounds, which is one of the big key factors in this game so far. Is Rams have been getting all the rebounds, Braves haven't.
Well, we saw in that first half, Parowan pulled down so many offensive rebounds and got so many second chance looks, as here's a foul on the Braves as Bassett was driving. Parowan got so many second chance looks in that first half that they got so many easy points that's really the difference in this game. I mean, that 9-point difference, I would bet anything that it's come on the offensive side of the ball with their second chance points. As Wood gets it inside, good move, can't get it to go though.
Great rebound by Quentin Jones. As you said, he doesn't really have to jump very high to get up where all those tall guys are that are the big rebounders for the Rams.
As Parker drives, misses a shot, rebound pulled down by Topham. And that was a real opportunity for North Summit to get this game down to 7, as that would have been the closest it would have been in a long time. As Miller inside, turnaround jumper, man. Porter Miller have a game, as he is doing very well for Parowan. Wade Wilson, Martin Winters set to check back in, and I think a good move here. Miller has been aggressive the last few times down the floor, as well as Wood, as Stockton Richens step back, no good, and rebound, fought for. A foul is going to be called, as it looks like they will call this one on Parowan. So Martin Winters is going to come back in the game, and he's been the big defensive presence inside for North Summit. Parowan has got some good looks underneath with him being on the bench. So he'll come back in, and we're going to have a timeout taken by North Summit, a full timeout with 3:19 left in the fourth quarter. It's a 46-35 lead, but this game still feels like it's far from being over. I know Parowan has a big lead, but it seems like North Summit, we've seen them go on 2 big runs, one in the second that wasn't as big as their one in the third, but I feel like they still have a chance to go on a run to get back into this game and make it interesting towards the end. They just have to make Parowan make mistakes like we saw them making in the third quarter.
And one thing that Lance Stubbs has to be saying to his team right now, for the Rams, he has to be saying they need to go back to where they were in the second quarter. They had a great defense in the second quarter, and that's one thing that he needs to be trying to get through to him right now.
And you see, North Summit has, it seems like they've figured out what Parowan is doing on the defensive side of the ball. I feel like they're playing away from Miller, honestly, because it seems like wherever he is, they're trying to go to the opposite side. Miller is such a big defensive presence down there. It's hard to go his way, so I think North Summit finding ways to get around this strong Parowan defense, as we said, best defense in the state, and you're really seeing why. I mean, they have been doing very well here as North Summit with the ball, as it's Stockton Richens. Now Wade Wilson at the elbow, has it poked away, gets it back. Quentin Jones playing a big game here, only as a freshman. And now it is Martin Winters giving to Parker Brown. Parker Brown driving up and under, no good. And see, he went up against Miller there. Miller, such a big presence, forced a tough shot. And that's what I'm talking about. You gotta stay away from Miller because he is doing such a good job on the defensive side of the ball here. As Wood left wide open, deep 3, no good. North Summit back with possession, 2:30 left in the game. As this might be a possession where North Summit really needs to score. As Stockton Richens,
this will probably set up the rest of the game, and if they score, that's going to be helpful for the momentum for the Braves, as they just do.
So Stockton Richens misses the 3. Martin Winters pulls down the rebound and scores. So a big shot there, as it's now a 9-point lead for Parowan. 2 minutes left in the fourth, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the floor. a full timeout taken by the Rams. All right, so now you're getting into crunch time. It's a 9-point lead. Parowan, are they going to slow down the ball here? Are they going to try and run a lot of clock, or do you think they are going to stay aggressive?
I can see them doing what they did at the start of the second half, just going slow, trying to waste all that time. As it looked like they tried to start doing that there at the end before their coach called a timeout. So it'll be interesting to see how this end of the game plays out.
So if it was you, so you think the coach is going to tell them slow down, but if it's you, are you going to stay on it and try and score, or are you going to slow down?
No, I say staying aggressive is because as we saw at the start of when they started to slow down, the Braves got steals and they started scoring and capitalizing on them slowing down. So I think they should stay aggressive, but I don't think they will stay aggressive. I think they're going to keep going and just slow it down and waste time.
So Miller had a good look, and he drove it, and the ball got poked away from him. So maybe he just had a really good look and he was driving, or they are staying aggressive. I'm not sure there. As Miller is going to inbound again. And what a great game to start off the quarterfinal play here at Sevier Valley Center. First game of the day. And stay tuned, we have Roland Hall and Duchesne coming up after this one. As this game still has a 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Parowan getting a shot from Wood, no good. As we haven't seen him as much here in the second half as we have in the first. Man, it seemed like he was getting every shot to go down. As Martin Winters gets it inside, driving, fouled, and no shot. They'll wave it off, so it'll just be an inbound for North Summit. It seemed like Wood was just getting so many shots to fall there in that first half. Not as many here, but you can still see he's trying to be aggressive and get shots. They're just not going down.
Yeah, I think that's probably something that Coach Aaron Priest probably talked about during halftime, is that they needed to shut down Wood, as Wood checked out just a few seconds ago.
And a missed shot here by the Braves. And with 1:08 left in the game, down by 9, and a foul here, that might do it for North Summit's hopes to get into this game. As I imagine they'll try and foul here, send Parowan to the line and force them to make free throws.
There are 3 players with 4 fouls on the court right now, and I see that as probably, well, as one of the biggest problems for North Summit in this game. They didn't stay out of foul trouble like they needed to.
So the free throw is missed, and you bring up a good point. I mean, Stockton Richens sat so much in that first half, and since he got back in, North Summit's whole demeanor has been totally different with him on the floor. As here's a turnover, ball going back to Parowan. And Stockton Richens, when he was sitting, the whole team was just different. Him being on the floor, you can tell that the Braves are much better. He's a good leader. They scored so much more when he is on the floor opposed to when he's not. I mean, their offensive efficiency rating has to just go through the roof when he is on the floor. As Bassett drives and gets fouled. So Parowan going to go to the line, shoot free throws again, and we just saw him with misses.
And there's Stockton's game right there. There's 5 for him. He will be out. 35 seconds left.
And Stockton Richens played a great game when he was in. Struggled with the foul trouble. I mean, there's not a lot you can do when it comes to foul trouble. The refs call the fouls, and hard to argue with their calls. But unfortunately, Stockton Richens fouls out here with 35 seconds left. Cannon Richens checks back in. And this game not over yet, but Parowan looking very good to win this game.
With these two, it could have wrapped it up right there, but
North Summit still with a little bit of a chance after the missed free throws. Parker Brown hoists a 3, yes! Now it's a 6-point lead for
Parker
Parowan.
does exactly what they needed him to. as they were down by 9, they needed at least 1 3 to get it somewhere to where they could get to. So.
And that is a big shot. I mean, I figured the Parowan would go to the line there, make the free throws, and that would kind of put this game out of reach for North Summit. But they make back-to-back trips to the free throw line, miss the free throws. Parker Brown comes back down, hits a three-pointer. Now North Summit kind of back into this game. I mean, still a 6-point lead for Parowan with little time left. If you're North Summit, just foul Parowan. Make them make their free throws, as they are not here towards the end of the game. So we'll have to see what the strategy is. I mean, personally, I say foul, put them at the line. But we'll see. I mean, a steal here would be huge.
Yes.
Come up with a steal of any kind. So coming back out of the timeout, looks like North Summit's going to show a lot of pressure. Porter Wood has checked back in for Parowan. Looks like North Summit is going to match up man-to-man and press. As Wood looking to inbound it to Bassett, gets it into Bassett, and no foul being called yet. North Summit really trying to foul. And Parowan doing a good job to keep the ball moving around, run off time. As Parker Brown picks up the foul, and unfortunate for Parker, he has now fouled out as well. And this will send Porter Miller to the line. He's been very successful from the free throw line tonight. This morning.
It's hard to see him miss them. I don't think he will miss these. And if he makes even one, that just kind of wraps this game up.
Yeah, 7-point lead with 21 seconds left. That's tough to get back in the game, especially when you have to keep sending Parowan to the line and making them make free throws. But Miller is a good free throw shooter. I don't see him missing these free throws with how he's performed today. It's an excellent stroke. And Alec Hunsaker has come in for Parker Brown after he fouled out. So just like his free throws all day long, I mean, they're just perfect right where you want them to be. As North Summit is going to take a timeout. 7-point lead for North Summit, for Parowan. So game not totally over here. There still is chance. Crazier things have happened. Miller most likely will make this free throw, I'm going to say. So it'll be an 8-point lead with 20 seconds. You go down. If you make a three-pointer, do you think you foul again? Or what's your strategy if you go down and make a shot, if you're North Summit?
I say foul would be a better way, especially depending on who the ball goes to.
You definitely don't want to be Miller,
if it's
that's
Miller,
for sure.
Keep him away from the ball. Make sure he doesn't get it. But
so Porter Miller's going to have one more free throw here. North Summit needing something big to continue a push here. Miller goes 2 for 2. Alec Hunsaker with the ball. Hunsaker goes to Cannon. Lots of time running off the clock here. Back to Hunsaker. Three-pointer on the way. No good. And rebound is pulled down by Stubbs. Martin Winters fouls him.
Third foul out for the Braves.
So Martin Winters with 5, 7.7 left in the game. And the story of this game really for North Summit is they had too much foul trouble to overcome. Parowan stayed aggressive. Except you kind of saw in the third quarter, they got a little complacent. North Summit came back into it a little bit. But throughout the game, they were the aggressor. They drew tons of fouls on North Summit in the first half, which was really big when you look at this second half. North Summit has this chance to get back in the game. And with the foul trouble that they had, it made it really hard. Their best players were out with fouls as Trey Stubbs misses the free throw here. As they'll have one more. Parowan has checked in Ryan Jeffries and Cody Hansen, as well as Trey Jensen. And now Grayson Robb into the game, and Brian Rodriguez is in for North Summit. So score 49-40. North Summit turns the ball over to Parowan, and the game is going to come to an end. Nope, we're going to have a foul before time can run out. 0.6 on the clock as Parowan will go to the line and look to put some more points on the board before this game comes to an end. So Parowan will move on to play the winner of the next game, Roland Hall and Duchesne. That game will be at 9:10 tomorrow. So a very late tip-off there, very late. So North Summit will lose, and they will play the loser of Roland Hall and Duchesne at 2:30 tomorrow. So stay tuned for the next game between Roland Hall and Duchesne. Whoever wins that one will play Parowan. Whoever loses that one will play North Summit. Tip time for Parowan will be at 9:10 tomorrow. North Summit tip time will be at 2:30. North Summit still in the hunt for the 5th or 6th place. And Parowan keeping their hopes alive of making a run towards the state championship, as they played a very good game. I was impressed with Porter Miller and Porter Wood for Parowan.